What if you could become a better person, not by working harder, but by taking one small step a day? And not because you're a bad person now, but because there's something inside you that's ready for more. How to be a better person gives you one tiny step a day you can take to be the person you want to be. My mission? To help you live your best life. Hello and welcome to How to Be a Better Person. I'm Kate, your host, coming to you on a Monday when I talk about ways to be a better person in your own mind, because that's where you have to make the decisions that we all face each day, where you could either respond in a negative way or rise to the occasion. The thing I want you to take on today is to read something written by someone who is in a different demographic than you. So, a different age bracket, race, nationality, gender identity, sexual identity, or class than you. Maybe all these things will be different. Reading something from someone's point of view who sees the world differently than you do, simply because they have a completely different experience of it because of who they are, helps you have a more attuned, realistic, and empathetic view of the world around you. It's so easy for each of us to assume that everyone else is like us, thinks like us, lives like us, cares about what we care about, experiences the same opportunities that we do. And that is just a total fallacy. The world is a big, beautiful, and wonderfully diverse place, and sometimes a really unfair place. Reading is a wonderful way to start to inhabit other perspectives and realities, and what starts in the mind becomes real. And you can do it in the privacy and comfort of your own home. Reading is really such a gift. Reading something written by someone outside your demographic opens your mind and your heart to experience things that you would otherwise never have access to. Some of the moments that have touched me and made me inhabit realities so different from my own in books recently include when Saeed Jones wrote about getting picked up in a public library for his first homosexual encounter in the book, This Is How We Fight for Our Lives. When Roxane Gay shared the details of what it takes for her to travel to speak as a person who weighs around 300 pounds, and how her thighs ache from the effort of holding herself up in her chair so that her blood flow doesn't get cut off because the chair is simply too small for her in her book, Hunger. Or when Ali Wong described how she performed comedy in her wedding dress after getting married at City Hall in San Francisco and having a buffet dinner at a Chinese restaurant for her reception because she wanted to keep it real with her family, in her book, Dear Girls. Or hearing Chanel Miller relate the long, painful process of healing from her horrific experience of being sexually assaulted on the Stanford campus in her book, Know My Name. Or hearing about the hours-long walk to school Sherman Alexie would take so that he didn't have to go to school on the reservation where his family lived, and what it was like to be the only Native American in a rural white school in the absolutely true diary of a part-time Indian. Once your mind has been expanded, it can't go back to its previous state. You've heard people talking about being woke. Well, reading is an important way that you wake up. And waking up isn't about getting strident or overwhelmed or anything negative. Rather, it's like what happened to the Grinch when he heard the Who's singing in Whoville even after he stole their Christmas. Your heart grows 3 sizes. And we need people with big, tolerant, open hearts. We need everyone we can get so that we can get busy creating a country and a world that's inclusive and equitable for everyone. You can't right a wrong you don't realize exists, nor one that you don't understand. Reading works by authors who have a lived perspective to share that's different from yours is an important piece of the process. Also, when you buy a book or request one from the library or click on a link to an article written by a person who doesn't fit the white, heteronormative role, you are saying, I want more of this. It sends ripples that help changes get made, for more diverse writers to be given contracts to write stories, and for more diverse editors to get jobs that allow them to publish more diverse viewpoints. It's Economics 101. Supply naturally follows demand, so do your part to create that demand. And, as someone who writes books for a living, I can tell you that there is so much thought and energy that an author puts into their book. Reading a book is truly a deep download of months, if not years, of work. I know I'm biased and that there are other meaningful forms of delivering perspective and information, but books, really, they're a gift. So, what you gonna read? There are so many great books to choose from. If you want a detailed list of suggestions, you can go to katehanley.com and search for 7 books that made me a better person in 2019. Or come connect with me on goodreads.com. Search for Kate Hanley, find my author page, and then you can follow me. I'm aiming to read 40 books in 2020, and I read 52 books in 2019, and I keep track of everything and share reviews of what I read there. I'd love to see what you're reading there and read your reviews of them too. And I would love to hear what books you've read that have helped you see the world from a new perspective so I can add them to my want to read list on Goodreads. Send me an email using the Contact Kate button on beabetter.personpodcast.com. Tweet me at Kate Han, or take a pic and tag me at Kate Hanley Author on Instagram. Happy reading. Thanks for listening to How to Be a Better Person. Our theme song is Left for Deadish by Junior85. The podcast is mixed by Sound Advice Strategies. If you liked what you heard in this episode, share it with someone you think would like it too. Your voice matters. Also, How to Be a Better Person has an official newsletter that sends the past 7 episodes, a sneak peek of the week ahead, and one well-chosen meme to your inbox every Saturday morning. Sign up at beabetterpersonpodcast.com and click on Get Podcast News. I also love to hear from listeners. I love it. Send me an email by clicking on the Contact Kate button at beabetterpersonpodcast.com, tweet me at Kate Han, Katehan, or find me on Instagram at Kate Hanley Author. I look forward to connecting with you.
This podcast